I remember 2017 game. I think I was like a senior in high school watching it at my buddy's house, and I was cheering for the Birds back then. Never thought I would be a part of the next team that gets to win it again. It's a surreal feeling.
BetMGM, new customers sign up and get the first get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if your first bet loses. Then check back for promotions like odd boosts, no sweat bets, and NBA and NHL second chance promos, all from the sportsbook born in Vegas. Just thanks a lot to BetMGM. They really make it possible.
Jerky, what's up, champ?
Not much, my guy. We just had our meeting about the parade tomorrow. Getting pretty juiced up about it.
You should be, dude. It was literally the best day of my entire life. It was crazy. You guys get any like ground rules? You guys, kind of have a general idea of what it's going to be like, or are you just going to embrace the chaos?
I think chaos is just what we live in. We like to embrace adversity, so we're just gonna fight through it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, you should be. It's gonna be insane, and it's on Valentine's Day, man. How's the city feel about that? I feel like the love is in the air in Philly tomorrow.
I mean, it's a city of brotherly love. So, what are we talking about? It's a perfect day for it.
Exactly, man. That's about as good as it gets. Well, let me tell you just a couple little pro tips from your boy. Like, don't break the seal. Hold it for as long as you can, because it's a battle in there, man. You're gonna be in the trenches.
Yeah, I already got in contact with our rookie, and I told him, hey, I don't know what the bathroom situation is, but just in case, you better go get us some jugs and have it on the bus for us.
Or like, on the sidelines, how they have the blue tent, they got the little cups. Like, maybe steal some of those from the trainers, man. I'm just saying, it's a battle. But we'll get to the parade more in a little bit, dude. I just want to ask, like, how do you feel? You feel like, does it feel surreal? What's the general feeling around Philly for the team?
I mean, it feels pretty crazy. It's hard to put into words, like I feel like I kind of know what it means to me and what it means to the team and that, but I don't think it's ever really going to set in until we get to this parade and see what it means to the people of the city and the fans. And I mean, it's a life-changing moment for us, but I mean, it's crazy to understand and wrap our heads around that, like, this isn't just about us. This is so much bigger than the team. Like, this is a life-changing moment for this city, and it's going to show out tomorrow.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling, man. I wish Chris and I were talking, like, if there is like a drug that you could like just take in a pill form and it would just bring me back to the Super Bowl parade in 2018, I would take it every day, man. So enjoy it. Enjoy it with your boys, with your coaches, and with the rest of the city, man, because it's truly a special time. I want to talk a little bit about the game. How much of a blur was the game for you? Because I barely remember the game itself, that we won. Even like directly after it, I was like, I was talking with the guys, in the locker room after. It's like, man, I totally forgot that happened. Was the game just like a blur for you, or do you remember it pretty vividly?
I remember quite a bit, but the main thing I remember, like, we went into the game and Lane, he's been a part of a 3 now, and he's just like, guys, emotions are going to be going crazy. Everybody needs to stay right here. And so I just remember going up and down the sideline in the huddle. Like, at this point, we're blowing them out, but we just kept going, stay right here, stay right here, stay right here.
Tough to do, man. Yeah.
we all start looking at each other. It's like, all right, it's 34-0. Let's bring it here.
Yeah, we can let the emotions ramp up a little bit. But like, even Jalen, you're a very even keeled guy, but so is Jalen. Like, was Jalen emotional at all during the game, or was he pretty steady?
He was steady. He was steady.
He was down there a little bit. Not any extra juice out of Jalen in the huddle. Like, I remember because Chris was joking after the NFC Championship. You remember I saw you in the locker room. We said what's up to Jalen, and Chris asked him, he's like, yeah, good luck, or like something like that. And Jalen just goes, it was already written. Like, how cold of a line is that? He had that one ready to go. So I guess it was already written for you guys, man. Like, Jalen knew.
I want to know when he got to Disney World or Disneyland, whichever one, he was riding that roller coaster. Did he crack a smile? Did the camera get a picture of him smiling?
Yeah, how you go to the cameras afterwards? It's just Jalen with straight face.
I just think it's going to be like,
yeah.
Just stone cold.
Yeah, exactly. All right, talking a little bit about the game itself. You mentioned that you guys got a little stoked going up to 34-0. Can't say I blame you for that one, man. But the first score of the game is pretty fitting that it was a tush push. This is my question for you, Jerky. As a center, you ran a fuck ton of tush pushes this past season. Do you actually like running the tush push?
So I feel like a lot of people in the media call it tush push. Some people call it quarterback sneak. We have a different name for it. I personally like to call it pain.
Yeah.
So
That's what the nose guards call it too, man.
yeah, I mean it sucks, but the thing that gets you through is like it sucks a lot more for the defense. So
Yeah.
they know they can stop it.
I don't even know how do you stop it. Like I saw Chris Jones literally get down into
yeah, that was the first. I've never seen somebody do that, and he was like sideways on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, you're going to go for a ride here. I don't know if you want to get positioned like that. And he went for a ride.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to go back and break down that tape because that was something I've never seen before. But
the sky view of it is the best look.
Just a wave.
I've been watching the sky view in the facility every time it goes on, and it's just it's insane. You just see him sideways there, and then get picked up and push through like you're just pushing a sled.
Took him for a ride, man. Talking about the game itself again. So for the Super Bowl, I feel like the Chiefs really sold out to stop your guys' run game offensively. Were you surprised by that?
No, I mean, I feel like a lot of teams have been trying to key on that, and we've done a good job, like adjusting and getting to certain things. But I mean, when you're bringing blitz zero and you're bringing it from all edges, you're really going to have AJ Brown, Smitty one-on-one. Like, hey, we can win multiple ways, and those dudes are absolute studs. So good luck. I mean, it's kind of fighting fire, and you're going to get burnt no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have so many playmakers on offense. It's part of the reason you're fucking Super Bowl champions, man. But let me run you through a little scenario. 1st and 10 from the plus 46. There's 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third quarter, and Jalen throws an absolute beauty to Smitty. It takes you guys up 34-0. Like, did you guys have that? Did you talk about that play at halftime? Did you have it circled on the call sheet? Were you just as surprised as everybody else with that absolute fucking dot from Jalen? Like, I think you mentioned that that's when your emotions were the highest, but the play itself, like, were you surprised by that ball there?
Yeah, I thought we were running the ball out of half. I was like, I think that was the first play. Like, all right, let's get a good run. Let's start pounding the rock. And let's just make them quit. And then all of a sudden they call that play. I'm like, all right, bombs, let's go. And then right when he released it, saw the ball in the air. I'm like, yeah, that's touchdown. I'm I'm just gonna give Jalen a good fist bump, walk straight off to the side.
Celebrate with your boys a little bit though, man. 34-0. I mean, God, that's such a good feeling, dude. Because when we played our Super Bowl, I was on defense, obviously. I didn't think that we were going to win that game, man, because we couldn't not stop Brady. We could not stop the Patriots offense. So the whole time I'm on the sideline watching our offense fucking ball. And I'm just thinking, we're about to be the most hated defense in the history of Philly sports because we cannot get a stop. Thankfully, we got one stop. Shout out to BG. And we ended up winning that game. But little different scenario for you guys, like 34-0. Like you don't want to count your, chickens before they hatch or whatever the saying is, but like 34-0 has got to be a fucking great feeling.
Yeah. I remember 2017 game. I think I was like a senior in high school watching it at my buddy's house, and I was cheering for the Birds back then. Never thought I would be a part of the next team that gets to win it again. It's a surreal feeling. But yeah, going out there and every score, we just kept going. And I'm like, this defense, they're putting on the best performance I have ever seen. I mean, Vic Fangio masterclass. He's just dialing everything up. I don't even think they blitzed.
No, which is impressive, man. And that's kind of what I want to talk about too, is like the young edge rushers for the Birds really stepped up. Everyone was rushing so well. Like, you saw Sweaty J had 2 sacks, Milton Williams 2 sacks. Those guys are both free agents, but the young guys like Hunt, Nolan Smith played really well. You've been going against those guys in practice all season. Like, were you surprised to see how well they rushed in such a critical moment?
I mean, I knew they could. I mean, those guys are absolute studs, but to really get to Pat Mahomes and get, make him look like not Pat Mahomes, and
Right.
what they're able to do against that O-line. I mean, that's a historic game for them guys. It was crazy. I think going into like the end of the third quarter, they were like 0-9 on third and fourth downs, and having made it into the red zone, I'm like, this is crazy.
As a rusher, that's the best. Not that I was a rusher, but it's just you could see those guys had their ears pinned back, man, and like just the energy that the D line, the front seven defensively showed was really impressive. I want to talk a little bit about the 2024 season itself. I feel like, you're a Pro Bowler. Congrats on that. That's a huge accomplishment. My question is this, like obviously big shoes to fill with Kelce retiring. How much of a role model was he for you? And my second part of this question is like, did you feel the ghost of Jason Kelce in the O-line meeting room all season?
Yeah, I mean, shout out Kelce. He's such a great role model and a part of that legacy that, Stout went in there and started building the culture. And I mean, he's one of the main keys to getting that room to where it was. And, when you step into that room, you just feel something a little different. The standard is so high, and you either rise to the occasion, and you fill that role and you join into the O-line room and you completely buy in, or you kind of get chewed up and spit out. And that's kind of how we like to live. And we have so much fun there.
Yeah.
It's an insane room to be a part of with Stout and all those guys. And yeah, I feel like going in there, filling shoes. I never really want to try to fill somebody else's shoes. And when you're
Right.
trying to fill like a Hall of Famer's shoes, you're going to fail. So, I mean, I'm just worried about being my best self and filling my own shoes and creating my own legacy. It was a pretty damn good year.
I think you've done that for yourself, my man. Going back into the locker room post game after the Super Bowl, can you just describe the atmosphere after the win, just immediately following the win? Like, what was it like in there, man?
It was like a cloud. You just walk in, cigar smoke, cigarette, like it was just so smoky in there. And I still just catch a whiff of just the cigar smoke in my nostrils. I don't know how it's still following me. I think it's just imprinted on me. And like unloading, getting rid of trying to do laundry and get some of my stuff unpacked. I'm like, everything smells like smoke. I kind of like it because it kind of brings me back into that feeling. But I mean, first of all, I was absolutely gassed. Body was dying after that game. And then I look over and Landon's got like a beer in one hand, Ivy in the other.
I saw that, dude. He was rolling around the locker room with a beard and an IV. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Did you guys, you don't need to get too far into this, but nobody missed the team charter on the way back? Like, you guys stay out all night, or did you just kind of roll back to the hotel after the locker room celebrations?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long night of having fun with the boys.
It's about as good as it gets, man. Celebrating after a Super Bowl.
Nobody missed, but I'll tell you what, we were a half hour late leaving the hotel because a couple guys were showing up a little late.
They earned it, man. I got no problems with that. If you're going to be late, that's the time to do it, man, after the Super Bowl. And then another thing that's fun for you guys, I saw that you guys were on Fallon. How did that happen, and what was that experience like?
Yeah, I think it was, Saquon and Jalen were going to go on there. And I think Saquon's like, I don't really want to go on there unless I got my 5 boys up front coming with me. And he asked us to go. He's like, what are you doing tomorrow night? I'm like, I don't know. Whatever you tell me to do, sir. And so he's like, we're going to Jimmy Fallon. I'm like, perfect, let's do it. And us 5 get there. Immediately, we're like, all right, we are out of our element. This is not us. What are we doing on TV? And then the producer walks in. And she's just like, all right, all we need you guys to do is go on stage and you just need a shotgun of beer. I'm like, oh, perfect. Back in my element. I can do
that. That's who won the shotgun, you know?
I don't know. I'd probably have to go back, but I think Landon, just from the circumstances, he had to chug a beer while also getting beer sprayed in his eyes. I'm trying to chug this thing, and I just hear Landon go, "Oh my!"
We got to go review the tape on that one and give out a winner. Man, that's the best thing about the Super Bowl, man. It's just honestly just some memories you share with those guys. Like obviously the game itself, but like the celebrations afterwards, and getting dragged onto the late night show with Jimmy Fallon, like with Saquon Barkley. What a treat! You probably never expected to do that in your life. So a fun bucket list item for you. I want to ask you about your beef jerky company, man, because I had the privilege to try some jerky on Radio Row actually over Super Bowl week. You got your name here in Riverside as Beef Jerky. How did that all get started? How do I get into the meat game?
So it got started pretty early for me. It started in NIL in college. I mean, when NIL first rolled out, I initially thought that like we use our name, image, and likeness and create something to like sell to people and to make money off of our name, image, and likeness. And now it kind of morphed into like, hey, I play football, pay me. And so kids just get money. Now it's a little different. I don't really understand the whole realm, but I'm glad I approach it in the way we did. I get to start a business through that. My right guard at the time, Matt Sichterman, he's a computer software engineer, absolute genius. He gets to, help me run this jerky company and my mom. So it's just fun, like staying engaged with everybody and seeing this thing grow. I love it. I grew up deer hunting with my dad and my brother. So every year we're making deer jerky or summer sausage or something or another. So it kind of just fell into place. Everybody called me Beef Jerky. And so we started making jerky and selling it. And now it's kind of blowing up. We're getting 5 flavors. Do you know what flavor you tried?
Maybe teriyaki.
Yeah, teriyaki. Yeah, mango habanero is my favorite. We got a cracked pepper, hot honey, and an original.
Nice. That's awesome, man. I want a meat company. I'm going to make a butter company. We can pair up, a little beef jerky, a little homegrown butter. I think there's a good synergy there, man.
That's perfect. Yeah. So you're gonna catch me at this parade throwing out some jerky to the fans.
Let's go. So what else you got lined up for the parade? You got an outfit. When Chris and I did the parade, Chris wore like a big fur coat and an Allen Iverson jersey. I ended up wearing an American flag shirt with like double denim. You got anything lined up? You can wear a mummer suit or what?
We'll see. If I can get my hands on that fur coat, maybe.
I think it might be spoken for. I'm not positive. Chris did mention that someone reached out for him to kind of, pay homage to that fit. It's a good fit, but, I don't think I'd give you my American flag shirt, but I ended up making it a cutoff.
It might be too cold for a cutoff, but I think I'll have a nice alcohol jacket on me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, shit, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Just want to chat about your Super Bowl experience. Talk about the parade a little bit, and then just to say I fucking love you as a player, man. I think you're incredibly tough. I would have loved to have, played against you, but never worked out like that. But you're a hell of a player, man. Congrats on the Super Bowl. Great shit, and looking forward to seeing some shenanigans at the parade tomorrow.
I appreciate it, man. It's pretty cool getting to meet you guys, getting to know you a little better. Us redheads got to stick together.
Strawberry blonde, Jerky, but I'll give you a redhead just because you rock that mullet though, dude. I looked up your combine pick and you had a buzz cut. Now you got the mullet coming in. I love that swag.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever grown out my hair. I didn't even know it was curly until I kind of grew it out this year.
It's a good look, man. And then Chris actually ran into you at the team hotel over Super Bowl week, and you were rocking the green light hat we gave you. It's fucking awesome, man. Friend of the pod, we love it.
Harry's, man. What would I have done without Harry's this week? For a guy that looked at his Aura ring at some point and it said 3 hours, 20 minutes of sleep with 20 minutes of REM sleep. Like I did that for 3 nights. So to wake up and get some of that face, that eye cream, man, like
eye cooling stick.
Oh, the eye cooling stick is unbelievable. I felt better immediately. And I didn't look like shit. You get the puffing, the swelling. You got to bring that down. I got a facial massage tool. The thing did wonders for me. Pro tip, put the cooling eye kit in the fridge or the freezer for best results. Use both in the morning and at night for long-term benefits. I did forget to apply it at 5 a.m. but I definitely used it in the morning. So grab yourself a cooling eye kit from our good friends at Harry's and get ready for whatever the day has in store for you.